When this world is over, the moon is all we'll see. I'll ask you to fly away with me, yeah. When the stars all fall down, the empty from the sky, yeah, we'll hide on land if you're with me. Everything's alright. If you're with me, everything's alright.
This is the Segmentum Solar, known to antiquity as the Cronus Expanse. Good evening, folks. How are we all doing today? Right, well, it is a new week. It is a new set of streams, and we are back into our nightly routine. Where are we? What are we doing? We're playing some Rogue Trader. We've come all the way up to here, all the way over to there, all the way back over to there, and we're ignoring all this. We don't care about this. This is stupid. We're going this way. Did we visit this system? I don't think we did, because we haven't charted any routes, so we should probably nip in and just have a quick goosey, see what is cracking. No, we have. Ocean, Arid, we've already done this bit. Right. Everybody out. Bail. Dear OBS, why is that chat not vanishing? And then literally as I go over it vanishes. Thanks, chat. Right, so we're going to chart some new courses, and we're hoping for a link between these worlds. Okay, that's not too bad. Not having one across there is fine. I don't think I need to make this safe. I think 2's fine here. I think we just go for the warp travel.
During the warp voyage, the navigator's sanctum reported there are warp reefs right on the ship's course, the fragments of the Sea of Souls given material form. The navigator may either steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight.
Well, we've got 100% warp lore, so let's do that.
Following the Lord Captain's orders and the navigator's instructions, the void ship approached the warp reefs and passed the sharp formation without brushing against a single one. No one on board noticed anything in particular, but it became a momentous event for the navigator, who gained a special understanding of warp emanations.
Navigator's Insight. Navigator's Insight is a special resource acquired by exploring the Cronus Expanse, by scanning new systems anomalies, participating in non-combat space events. The Navigator and the flagship uses it to build new warp routes, as well as make them more stable and safe, in as much as it is possible. Okay, so now we're more likely to see greens, yellows, and oranges than what the fuck reds. Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, let's dive in and see what we've got. I had a quick look through Google to find out when we get a new ship. When we get a new ship is when we stop being scrubs and buy the fucking collector's edition, essentially. So that's not too good. How do I see how much scrap I've got? I want to go to void ship management. 379. Okay, there's no combat here, so we could probably risk it, but I just don't think we should. Oh, it's right there. No, I thought that was how much it was going to cost to repair. For 100 and change, we'll do that. Do not want to risk getting bloated up. What resources are we after? We did get the mechanisms we wanted. We don't need any more plasteel. We could do with some more weapons. Some more mechanisms. Did we get a second set of iridium? Phlogiston, sorry. We did. Okay, cool. Right, well, let's go landing then. Our party has not changed, so we will just head down. And apparently, we've got some level ups to do. What are my options for little old me? Okay. Commerce is probably the one we realistically want. Though we don't see the commerce option pop up very often in conversations, to be fair. And we do have an insanely, well, compared to other stats, we do have an insanely high. Hey, Joey, how's it going? Could get some coercion. We are falling a little bit behind on coercion. Yeah, let's bring persuasion up, because coercion's already a little bit higher. Right, what are we doing level up wise? I don't actually know. We don't need tech use anymore because we're now bringing name Pierre. Can't think of his name. We're now bringing him with us. That's useful. That's very useful. As long as somebody is in a zone. Let me just make sure I know what combat tactics is. It's all 3. Ooh, so that's not designate a zone and everybody in it can have their abilities used on them. That's anybody in any zone. That is really good. That's specifically backline, which is cover. I think I want to go to support zone. I think that's... No, wait. No, it is. So using a stratagem allows it on anybody in that area. So I would have to use a stratagem. Oh, I don't know. So, the option... I kind of want to see what the improvised strategy is. I thought that had closed down automatically. I don't have that open anymore. Apparently it is still running, even though I left at the end of the stream and closed the window down. Usually closing the window gets rid of it. This did not, apparently. I'm going to see what the improvised strategy is, just because I think it could be fun. I'm risking it. It's only 1 level. It's not that bad. Abelard. And hey, Grump.
Pickles!
Vanguard has at least 1 temporary wound. They gain 14% parry. Is really good. Unyielding Beacon's ability increases armor and parry. Yeah, I think we take Enduring Shield. While ever they've got at least 1 temporary wound, which we do at the end of every turn, we are less likely to lose that temporary wound. Oh, we get 2. Oh, but it's an ability. What's that? Of talent or a common talent? Okay. Enemies in a 5 cell while ever braced. Which one is braced? Oh, it's that first one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's reasonable. So that means he's even less likely to be hit. Kara, my dear, What do you got? Don't care about criticals. Mm, 7% conditional's not that good. For every 10 damage dealt, you also deal 1 additional damage. That's quite good. Just chalk up some extra. Ooh, no, disarray. Yeah, let's put slow on. Yeah, I'm not even questioning it. We're making anyone she hits much more likely to have to stay and fight her. The Pickle Imperium is good. We are making our way through the warp, doing all sorts of hijinks. Whenever the bounty hunter kills prey whose difficulty tier is higher than 4, gain 2 AP. Good for reloads. Single shot on immobilized or stunned. Was a critical hit for the first time in a round, they gain target's difficulty movement. She tends to sit still a lot. Bounty hunter scores a critical hit, the target's armor is reduced. Bounty hunter scores a critical hit, they gain armor pen. In my sights gains additional armor pen equal to perception. Let's make her hit more often. What's your law, Zeno? Nearly at 100. Awareness is behind slightly. Idria's also got kind of high. Oh, no, it's awareness. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I didn't realize you were higher awareness than Idria. Law Xenos, we'll take that. Right. Pascal, that was your name, not Pierre. I knew it began with a P and I couldn't remember what it was. Right, you've got the heavy bolter mechanical in place now, so... Thinking we take that. There was a couple of times last session where he was in close combat and I could have done with just pushing someone away. But 2 AP's a lot. If I do that, I could open up with the heavy bolter and literally nothing else. Grenadier might be better. Free grenade every turn if I want it. Is that every turn or every combat? Combat. Once per combat, free grenade. Oh no, we did get him the heavy armor now, didn't we? Let me just go back. You're wearing heavy now, right? Yeah. So I think we get Steel of the Forge. He can move further. Deals damage back to them, I believe, with deflection. There's amount of damage reduction whenever the enemy hits. Oh, so that's just flat damage reduction, okay. And he cannot be knocked over, which we did have happen. So yeah, I think we take that. So we put that in there specifically so for when we got the heavy armor. Tech use plus 10, because I don't ever want to fall behind on that. Who's got highest demolition at the moment? Or Kara. Need some more demo on Kara. And Idra, my crazy lady. Can we get any new warp abilities with you? Eight crits or kills gets you a freebie. Hiker is burning. Um... Visions of Doom's not bad. Because now we constantly hit everybody every turn. Let's see if that works. I think Mind Thief might be really good. No, it's not Mind Thief, it's Visions of Doom. Enemies that become targets of a psychic power gain a stacking 5% penalty to their dodge and parry. I think that's going to be good. And then you want an awareness boost because you need to be the highest on awareness at all times. If you would, please. Thank you. Cool. Right. First of all, see if there's anything else around. Are we in the right formation? No, we are not. Oh, no, we were. Gunner at the front. Those at the side ready to rush in. Oh, it's a goods, that's why. That is a standard shotty. Feel like I'm about to trigger something.
These soldiers were killed by shots in the back. It seems they were executed by their own comrade, who then used his last charge to blow his own brains out.
Interesting. Sentry's keycard. Keycards issued to soldiers who are posted in compartments with heightened security. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What the hell happened here?
There is a gaping hole in each corpse's head. They were brought out one at a time and shot from behind at point-blank range.
Damn. Execution. The fact that that was 85% was interesting, because her athletics is really good. This was a detention for the Center for the Black Ships. Or was this a black ship and it crashed? Nurgle, okay. There.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
40%.
Crude scribblings in some blasphemous script proved too impenetrable to decipher. Crude scribblings in some blasphemous script proved too impenetrable to decipher.
Okay. Well, that's a heretic symbol on the walls.
A squalid berth heavily soiled with blood and vomit. It is also equipped with straps that were used to bind its inhabitant to the bed whenever necessary. These people were not killed by weapons fire. Perhaps there was no ammunition left for them. They were brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stocks. A rotten brick of corpse starch, a passenger's rations. Judging by the lingering smell, it was dosed with a sedative.
Is there money to be made?
An asthmatic rasping can still be heard coming from a broken vox, a screeching, cacophonous melody that sets your nerves on edge and scatters your thoughts. These people were not killed by weapons fire. Perhaps there was no ammunition left for them. They were brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stocks. Small fish, eyeless and slimy, dart and wriggle about in the rank water.
How do you get fish?
Crude scribblings in some blasphemous script proved too impenetrable to decipher.
Perplexed.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, so failing to decipher that actually has a negative effect. I guess I should stop.
Through the cocoon's translucent film, you can see the vague outlines of a decaying body. The rib cage has been broken open, and a heart still beats inside it.
Oh, I'd be burning that. The flamer would be out straight away.
You lack the knowledge to decipher the readouts on the monitor.
Keep your wits about you.
Needed, okay.
After being shot, these poor wretches had their skulls caved in around the temple, as if to make doubly sure.
Didn't go well for these chappies then. Plague Bearers are fun.
Tangible psychic radiation is coming from the gurgling sludge. Perhaps it is the source of the vision that seized you.
Not going to read that one?
This tree has sprouted right out of a person. His broken bones have formed the collars of branches. His cracked skull has merged with the trunk, and dried gore now coats the skin like bark in a thin layer.
The honest answer is Games Workshop doesn't know how the melter works. The melter uses microwave energy, from what we know. It uses microwave energy to superheat the air. So the fact that, if you're referring to what Wasted said about it last night, the fact that it sets things on fire is an after effect of being hit by intense microwave radiation, which, go leave something in the microwave long enough, it will certainly set on fire. So it basically uses microwave energy to superheat the air to the point that it can melt tank armor. It is an insanely ridiculous gun. The constant beam or burst is where they seem to not quite understand themselves. So in some games, it's a coherent beam that you hold the trigger and it will constantly irradiate the area in a long, thin laser. Or you can press it for a quick burst. In others, it's a wide-bore shotgun just spreading out of a nozzle. I prefer it to be the shotgun method, simply because in a lot of the Black Library books, it's described as a close-range anti-tank weapon. You know, you have to be relatively close to your target for it to work. So, I consider it to be a burst weapon. And weirdly, the one that's in Space Marine 2 is insanely accurate, other than how much it sets things on fire. But yeah, there is no real answer to that question. It's just whoever is writing the story's understanding. And they will often go, oh yeah, this is a Sigma pattern, this is a Mars pattern, this one does something slightly different, this one's been tuned in order to X. You know, they always have a little reason for why theirs doesn't quite match up. But yeah, it is not understood how it works.
The crates contain fragments of plate armor, rusted and covered in fungus.
This one treats it like a shotgun as well.
The lost guns, flommers, and shock weapons in the containers are covered in a layer of whitish maggots and partly eaten away by acid corrosion.
Lost guns and maggots. Lost guns and flammers. My Flammenwaffe. The Flammens.
Unlocked.
Okay. Well, that doesn't look too healthy. Let's get Kara.
Need key.
Need key. In and back out again. These are going to get up. This is 100% about to stand up. Newton Hall. Wonder if we'd have brought the guy along, would he have known him? Oh, what a surprise, they got up. Not liking the fact that there's turrets at the back there. We've been ambushed, despite the fact I knew it was going to happen. So, oh shit, they are behind us. Well, I guess you're about to find out how they work, because I'm about to fuck some shit up. Who do I want to be my McBadass? Let's go... That's our killing field. That's our crit field. Which means that's our cover field. I want to set... Kara as my minion. It was crouched down there, I couldn't see her. Give Kara stat boosts. And allow anybody who needs to reposition to the central zone. Our random stratagem is, the stratagem chooses one of the combat tactics areas. For 1 round, allies in there gain 7% armor, cannot be overpenned, immunity to prone, and gain +2 deflection against area attacks. They do not suffer injuries when receiving damage. Okay, that can go on the front zone. Chooses one of the combat, one of the 9 cell, gain ability to move to there. So what was that? A second blitz stratagem. Oh, I could have used it for free. God damn it. Right. In which case, Kara, I want you to take your free turn. Use that to move there. And then charge. Shit, I didn't see him. I would have done that had I known. Alright, now you get into cover. No. Fuck it, let's... Oh, I don't have the power anymore, so yeah, you get into cover. And... I suppose we should also set up that then. We can allow... Oh no, we can't. We've already set it. Right. Oh, right. Because I used that, she can now use the Blitz stratagem. Okay, that makes sense. One shot. Can I make a shot with the... No, I can use that, though. Who's next? Ooh, okay. Can't shoot you. Can't shoot you. I just not see anyone. Should have dodged, idiot. Oh no, I'm surrounded. Great, now I don't have to aim. Oh, that's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. Right. You're not in combat with anybody at the moment, so... I think we use our free movement to get you into cover, just in case the turrets open up. Fuck, I didn't see him. Okay, well, I've just put you in a really stupid position then. Let's do pray. Pray. Pray.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Weakness on you. Oh, there's going to be a lot of pain here. Ow. Heavy armor coming in good for Pascal. Really wish I mean, I was about to say I wish I'd have gone for that Mechadendrite, but honestly, wouldn't have made a difference at this point. Right, Kara. Let's go fucking nuts. So.
Already done.
We want that on. We want to kill you. Ah, shit, he moved. Okay, that's not as good. Go there and across there. Back into there. Then across there, so... Kill you. And now we dance.
All too easy.
Oh, I couldn't stand across there? That's not a bit of floor I can stand on? Fuck you. Okay, well that's cocked me up royally. I'm not sure what shot him. It wasn't me. Was it you? No, you're corrupted. Did you shoot at me and miss? Okay, right, if I hammer down, who am I going to hit here? I go there and hammer down. I'm only going to hit Pascal. I can actually avoid that. Yeah, let's do that. Then we pop that on. We taunt. Vanguard in their eyes, gain 3 cell radius, get 3 unyielding stacks. Get less damage from the next attack. Anyone who hits me has a chance of being hit back. And endure, so I have the temporary wounds. Right. This is honestly gonna hurt, but I think it's for the best.
As the tactical imperative
Ow.
dictates.
Hey, boys. Fuck you. Oh, I could have moved him there and done it. I could have done it there and... Okay. Right. I should have put prey on first as well. That was silly.
Request approved.
You... Move there for no attack of opportunity. Grant you dodge. Right, did that give them the debuff that I wanted it to? No, it didn't. So, unfortunately, that did not do what I thought it would. That's irritating. Right, start taking out the back line or the front. But if I do you, it'll burn over to somebody else. Can I realistically? Yes.
But of course.
Again, I should have put prey on first. I always forget my prey. Right. Okay, how are we going to do this? WP's not going to be much use there. Is, however, if I stat boost you, give you a free turn.
The air is filled with evil whispers.
Too close.
I'll make it happen.
See there, that one treat it like a beam of energy, but it also has a burst mode for area attack. So this one weirdly does both the beam and the area attack, which is kind of bizarre.
Opposing you.
Zero
was
toxin.
the biggest mistake.
Turrets are coming in after you. You're in cover already. So little damage. Just not worth it. What I need to do is run Abelard in there. So, let's see if we can clear him a path.
If it serves your cause. I hear you move.
No overpen.
No more.
That was brutal. No, overpen but didn't kill. That's not going to be enough. I should have done that the other way around. Might still be enough if he hits and parries. And didn't attack back for some reason. Pascal, no! Kara, can you murderize him? Murderize him. Hey. That's not fair. He was supposed to die.
Not a problem for me.
Ooh, a parry. We like. Well, the last cannon turret just dropped Yolette. Right. Heroes gains one charge of this ability at the start of combat. When their wounds drop below 50 for the first time, each time they fall unconscious. Okay, pop that back up. Should have moved him. That was silly. Now he's directly in the line of fire of a Laz turret. Two to 12. 7 to 13. That's the better option. Burn Eternal.
Anything else?
All the stacks of everything. I would like some dodge chance for me, because I need to live. And then just exploit the weakness for next turn. Already got the stat boost, so you get the stat boost. You get the extra turn. And you give me another burn. And burn. Then we make this a movement point. Then we give you an extra turn again. And you increase the burn. Don't move. Do not move. That's... Start burning the second one. And burn Eternal. That was Perils of the Warp. Is she okay? 7 temp HP, and she doesn't have enough to heal herself. That's not ideal.
Was that you?
Go out swinging, love. Oh, she spawned... Yeah, okay, she spawned a Plague Bearer behind her. I did not see that. That's a problem. So really hoping that was going to let her do that, and it's not. This is going to sting. She's going to die here. Oh, no attack of opportunity. Interesting. Yep, like I said, that's good. I need him to go for Pascal. Ooh, came from me.
Suits my purposes.
Can't move through.
I'll pass. Already done.
Rip. Damn. Really needed that to die. Okay, in which case we need to do this because we need him dead.
Easy.
That lets us move next to him, which lets us dance. Should have gone the other way. Ow. Good, good, good. They hit each other. Right, Abelard. Drop below 50% again, so he gets braced for impact again. Still want them to be taunted. And they're not going to parry us. We want the temp HP. 4 to 7. Doesn't matter. 4 to 7. Your stats suck.
Reading damage to bulk.
Why is that costing 2 AP? I put Grenadier on him. No, I didn't. I put Thingy the Forge on him. Could have gone better. Here, love, I really need you to make sure this thing burns horribly and painfully, forever and eternal. With that one. Have some dodge rates. Move back into cover. Perils the warp blue again, didn't it? Ow. Oh, the damage seeped over and killed that. Nice. Okay. Which means that's on, what, 1 HP now? All I realistically need to do is switch to my sniper rifle and kill it. That was hard. Anything with turrets is ridiculously annoying. Right. Everybody gather up. You've got a fresh injury. Who can get rid of fresh injuries? I don't believe you can. No. I also don't believe you can because it's only in combat, so we have to medicate ourselves.
Careful now.
That's an old injury. Got your own Medicaid, so you can do that. Now, I believe he can get rid of old injuries as well, so let's try. Failed the Medicaid test. I'm not going to waste any more.
Let us not dawdle.
The corpse's flesh has crystallized and turned into a translucent sarcophagus, and sealed within is the slop of their putrefying organs.
Ew.
The walls of the lift shaft are coated in a layer of putrefying, goo-containing revolting growths, the bodies of the people trapped within it.
Right. We need to go back. We need to go back. Thought we've missed some goods here. Oh, that's because it was locked. But also there was a door that we could blow open with demo. Where was that? Here? Yeah. Wait, you're our highest
Blasts of
Medicaid?
substances are not labeled, but you recognize a few of them as combat stimulants. From time to time, tiny sparks of psychic energy burst out of the cocoon.
Right. So we still don't have the key, I don't believe, but we'll have a look.
I always keep my options open.
Need key.
Need key. Need key, brother of Nietzsche.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Hello. Right. So if we're coming in from the top, we've only got the one on the right and the left side there, but they're going to swarm up. So, me there. Hara can go dance over there. He can go in front of that group. What have we actually got? Poxwalkers. No one with guns. Doubt it with Poxwalkers. They're usually not proficient enough. Yeah, we're good. In which case, you can go there. You can go there. You go there. Right, damaging zones. Can't do that. What is this turn's stratagem? Combat Locus. Choose one of the combat tactics areas for 1 round. The target's area's bonuses are doubled. All of the tactics areas are discharged and cannot be used this turn, but can be designated again next round. Okay, we can cheese this. So, if we put the crit one up, then designate that as a locus, that gets rid of that. And we can't use then the others this round. But then we designate you as our specialist, give you stat boosts, and allow you another turn. And we can go 1. And how far back are you? Oh, shit. What the hell is an occluding sphere? Noodle's power creates a shield that grants the host 3 movement points and will be removed if this creature's temporary wounds reach 0. It's invincible. Is immune to all damage and most common effects. Death of creatures under its control deals damage to it. It's a Minoris Psyker and it can't move. So we just need to kill as much as we can, as fast as we can. Roger that. In which case, let's
This
pop
tedium
that
is
on you.
beneath me.
So now, because it's technically a different turn, we can reset up our zones. Then if I grant you movement, you can go over there. And your turn, it's now another turn. So again, we can set up another zone. Love that we can abuse that so freaking much. Right, can you pick that guy off? No, because he's out of line of sight. That's our best damage. Free kill, thank you. So has that done damage to you now? That did 3 damage. Oh, this is going to be a long-ass fight. Should have put it there. Oh, and some of you have a lot more HP than I thought.
Nothing I can't do.
Parried it from behind, on a weak spot, on a Tuesday. Scandalous. Sit down. In which case, I might make you support on that. Don't need overpen. Guaranteed crit would be nice on it, though, so let's pop that. 1, 2, 3. Exploit. We've already got max hit chance, so there's no point in doing that. 44, that's also the same. Let's boost our cover efficiency.
If I must.
Stinking corpses! Brace yourself,
Cool, right.
Ballard.
Taunt. Brace, as he did say brace himself. Unyielding bacon. Defensive stance. And slam. Let's see. Set up Ignite on everybody. Increase your dodge. Make sure you don't take as much damage as you can. Exploit the big bad. And burn his ass alive. And make sure he burns eternal. Pray you. Believe everybody else is out of sight or already prey. That's all for you. Bolter always hits, so how far back can we shoot? Great. Pin those down if they come through. You found the Ishgard crafting area. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's good. It's great to just idle in while you're watching a movie or something. Just go around, gather a crap ton of stuff, and it will be good. Right, so let's see. Where can we go? I give you
Who if not
movement.
me?
Can you move this turn? You can, but it's not great. Let's put you there. Then give somebody a stat boost.
as
It's
good
probably
as
going to be
done.
Kara. Don't think we need any movement here. Do need to readjust that zone so it encompasses all of those. Anybody who's in there who drops below 20 HP just frickin' dies. And then Yolette gets another go. Will poppity pop you. And next turn, poppity pop you. Right. Anybody whose crit zone is on my side? No. Well, that cleans some out nicely. Guess I make a wound on you. Not going to matter. Even he's dead anyway. Okay. You're not marked as prey, neither are you. This guy's just going to keep spawning people.
Stop trying, monkey.
Can't hit that one. Another big plague bearer. Damn, didn't see him. Why can't I see him? That feels like that is definitely in line of sight. Definitely is now. Okay, straight off the bat, taunt. Temp HP. And parry. Give myself more temp heal. And then I guess stomp you out.
One fewer target.
But of course,
Shit! Shit, shit, shit! Shitty, shitty, shit, shit. Well, that's made this fight a freaking nightmare. Shit, what hit you? Toxic. What did that much damage? I don't know what the hell just did that. Seemed like she parried everything and still took a crap ton of damage. Need you to be dead. Gotta be that gas. That's what's fucking me up. How do I deal with this?
suits my purposes.
Shit, I moved her.
I will take
Gotta stop
all
doing
of
that.
you with
I
me.
have got to stop doing that.
Absolutely not.
Because now she's on fire and she is going to burn for a lot next turn. In fact, she's dead next turn unless she gets a heal. Shitty, shitty, shit, shit. First off, heal yourself. You're going to need it. And we're going to need a reload, which is basically your turn done.
I'm wounded.
Um... I don't have enough movement to get to Kara and heal her. Oh, it's so annoying. I just want to heal Kara. Okay, what can I do here? I need to take a shot, so I've got 1 AP to spend.
The spiritual prognosis is favorable.
So 2 kills. That was worth it.
Bodies decay for murder.
It's all going so well. And then a freaking bloodletter says showed up.
I took care of this one.
Man's just racking up kill after kill. You were taunted. And then Kara burns to death.
You were blinded by your own misery.
Nothing I could do about that. That was always going to happen. Right. How much more we got left? 66. You're going to go play with him, so I think I pick off the weaklings here.
I understand your intent. If it serves your cause.
Ah, shit, there's another plague bearer. Fuck, I thought there was only going to be one at a time. Right.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Oh, God, that got closer than I wanted it to. Right. Temporary HP. Shield mode. Deflect things. Taunt all of those. And then say you are weak. You are pathetic. You will do no damage to me. Do we have a crack grenade? We do. That is the shot straight away. Should have moved him first. Let's reset up the trap. Buff the weapons. Q. Q. Nice parry, sir.
One fewer target. I took care of this one.
He's just taking names. If I ever do an Iron Man playthrough, I know how I'm doing it. It's just going to be one sniper and a fuck ton of Abelards. You. Right, well, we've got 6 shots. Well, you're a free kill. Thank you. Can I move around the back there? No. No, because I've already shot. Damn, okay. In that case, just start taking names then. Abelard. Temporary HP. Shields up.
Do my duty.
Defensive stance. Taunt. One HP. We need to kill one more. Fuck it, go for the slam. Right, everybody. Get the fuck out. That was goddamn insane. And that wasn't even the last boss. Sergeant Arms, key to a weapons cache, and I didn't see what the other thing was.
The ship's log is encrypted, but the last entry was written in Gothic. I, Inquisitor Uton Hall, captain of the black ship Monarchia's Bane,
It is a
write
black
this
ship.
record for the eyes of any faithful servant of the Emperor who may chance to read it. My vessel dutifully departed Terra to collect the Imperium's rightful tides from its loyal worlds, and then to return to the Segmentum Solar with thousands of Psykers in our holds. Our mission was proceeding smoothly, but shortly after our warp jump, the incident occurred. The main confinement cell was the source of the insurrection. It was the holding site for an especially dangerous passenger who possessed high psychic potential and was known to incite disobedience in others. I do not know how he was able to free himself or how he summoned the forces of chaos to abet him. His psychic outbursts spread rapidly across the entire vessel, sending other passengers into a frenzy and causing them to attack my acolytes. I have given the order for the passenger holds to be purged and activated the automatic intruder elimination systems, but I have no doubt that this measure will be unsuccessful. Not wishing to surrender the Monarchia's Bane into the hands of these deranged mutants, I have set course to orbit a nearby planet at a slight deviation. Sooner or later, the deviation will result in the ship drifting out of orbit and crashing to the planet's surface. Keep the faith and exterminate any mercy in your soul.
Good man. Went down swinging. Approve. Right. Does that be the key to this? Go, Pascal.
Unlocked.
It do. Heavy armor proficiency, Tempestus Carapace. Gives a times 0.5 dodge penalty. He's the only one who can wear that. It's better armor, not as good deflection by 1, but that's literally 1 damage. 5% additional, 2, but he gains 2 deflection against area and loses the 5%. Actually better. Just better. That's an Inferno pistol. That's a good cache. That is a very good cache. Wait, where's all my weapons? That's not all of my gear. Where is it all? The hell? What's happened to my inventory? I clicked on that. That's how. I really did panic then. Right. Inferno pistol could be interesting for Kara. Requires melter weapon proficiency. Never mind. Take that. That's a nice little upgrade. No, that's not as good as what you've already got.
Voidsman, by the grace of the Emperor, you have been given the honor of serving on a black ship of the Inquisition. You have been entrusted with a unique cargo, Psykers collected from the Imperium's worlds as their rightly owed tithe. Do not be deceived by their appearance. Every one of them is a dangerous mutant. Be strict with the passengers, for that is how you safeguard the lives of yourself and your comrades. You must be blind to tears and deaf to pleas. Listen to the passengers' conversations and report any groupings that form among them to the ship's confessor. Any groups will be split into different holds to prevent a coordinated revolt. Check for certain that the passengers are eating all of their rations. They contain tranquilizers intended to ensure your and your comrades' safety. Pay attention to any strange occurrences. Psyker corruption comes in many forms. Passengers that exhibit extraordinary abilities must be transferred to reinforced cells for solitary confinement. Do not engage in conversation with the passengers. Do not refer to them by name. Do not give them your possessions. Do not allow them to lose their fear of you. Their fear is the key to your survival. Appear before the ship's confessor every month to have the purity of your thoughts checked. Remember that blasphemous psychers can play with the minds of real people. Keep the faith and follow these rules. Failure to observe any of them will be grounds for dismissal.
Real people. That's how little psychers are regarded in this universe. They don't even considered to be real people. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that with a 40% chance. Not a fucking prayer. Not a prayer. Right, okay, I guess we're going down, as it says then. Oh wait, that's just taking us back. Oh, we've come out there. Okay. I would like to leave this forsaken place. It was not fun here.
Lord Captain, this is Vox Master Vigdis Suri Auditalaman speaking. I hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be your further instructions? The machine spirit of this vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnisia in a proper nuclear funeral rite.
Bombard the vessel. Send out technicians to strip the vessel of anything valuable. Make sure they keep quiet about what they see. Our boarding party, let them destroy this unholy site. We bombard. We don't want to send people on there.
As you wish, Lord Captain. The power of our main battery should be enough to penetrate the glacier and evaporate the vessel completely.
Good. Or plasteel.
The augurs have detected the remnants of an ancient mining ship that crashed on the planet. It looks like it was carrying equipment and settlers to a new mining site. Searching the ship might prove useful, but it carries certain risks.
Go for it. Oh.
The ancient ship was extremely unstable. The search team had barely entered before the first collapse occurred, immediately claiming hundreds of lives. Despite suffering losses, the team managed to find and bring back the lone surviving extraction.
Oh, okay. Oh, kind of worth it. A couple of thousand lives, a couple of hundred lives for an extractium. That's definitely worth it in my books. Fortress Will with nothing on it. What did it say? Okay, that's the name of the star system. I've just never noticed it before. Right. Hopefully we can go down here now. We can. Wonderful. There is a void ship remains here and a fucking Hulk. I knew we were going to come across one of these eventually. This could be our first encounter with Tyranids or orcs. Dead world, nothing on it. Let's go to the void ship.
Lord Captain, the augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it is an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery?
Send out the order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part in the expedition. Hello?
We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live, and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us, and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain, by the will of the Emperor, the guardian and commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship, and the time she boarded a vessel named the Fire. Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead, its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass of a fallen Leviathan.
I'm having to click on each one of these, so I'm just going to leave it and read it myself. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided to train the penetrating gaze of the auger arrays on the damaged ship. Well, yeah, I'm going to trust a psyker in this situation. The auger's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged. I mean, I could have told you that, love. Jesus. Nacelles are off, and the bridge and the front compartment, the prow, is just gone. Damage was in the final stages of erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged. The bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. Probably one of these. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in the mysterious and ancient language, the tech priest responsible for the augers reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. The next step was to turn her attention to the scout units awaiting instructions, or to have Idra heal out a course. No, I don't want to get the psyker involved here. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams she would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known that the names of those honest people who stood before the rogue trader in the moment. The taciturn and grave young Hoson, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. And Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. He had been leading units back when the current corps of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on the deck had any doubts that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. Units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of houses. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread link of a Vox. And so after weighing up the options, the captain chose 2. I don't want to go to the service bay. Simply because that's where the valuable stuff is. They're going to get that anyway. I want to search for valuable things elsewhere. With it being a ship, it's also not likely to have much great in the service, in the crew decks. So I'm going to let that just be what it is. So I think I'm going to go with Young Ho Song and go to the bridge. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space. Why not just use a melter charge? The hell? You don't have a breaching shuttle? Cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. Light of the torches revealed the sign in the gloom, Fireborn. After a minute-long Vox exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established the dead vessel was of Captain Nova Verdine, registered at the Kiava Gamma port, which is where we're heading. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days and even hours of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sound of distant crumblings, the floor underfoot trembling every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when she suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against her neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalating secret, and then fallen silent. Summoned all of her willpower not to succumb to fear. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted her teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Ho Son, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed, and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was tuned to the 2nd unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait, is it moving? The words were cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young Ho-sun listened to the transmission of the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button in a similarly calm voice, let loose a stream of florid swearing. I like this guy, which centered on casting aspirations as to the interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesti from the 2nd Unit is well known for his pranks." Crap, Lord Captain's with you? Oh, you dick! Came Vesti's voice from the speakers. Well, immediately by my sincere apologies, your ladyship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little. That he would be severely disciplined. Ordered that the Captain Vesti be removed from command, show leniency, and merely asked for a report on the current program. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a dick about that. That's clearly a built-up relationship that they felt comfortable with each other doing that. Captain Vesti reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section where the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged. Especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. Do not risk it further. I'm not going to waste a 95% chance. Vesti's unit headed off to carry out the orders while the rogue trader and her team continued on. After spending several hours wandering down dead-end passageways, Young Ho-sun's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkhead and the ship were steeped in the terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functional. Kind of why I wanted to be here, check the logs. Final log entry was identified. A damaged picked recording with no one in the unit. A damaged pick recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. Willpower! Captain took a risk and watched the recording. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dyne. It was almost impossible to make anything out on the pict, only that the captain's hand was gripping the edge of the table, and flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly. But they were also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue traders' team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship. And it even seemed that those sounds were coming not from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Kiava Gamma has fallen, we know that. The Fireborn broke... Oh, is this the other refugee ship? No, we were looking for this. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system, said Captain Van Dyne, with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. We encountered pathological warp activity. Yeah, the other ship did too. The crew is reporting failures in the Geller field. Shit, okay, so don't jump to warp. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold prayer services for our souls. I also ask that you take the family relics of the Van Dyne line from Kiava Gamma. The relics are stored. Captain then specified the location of a family vault and the access codes. Fucking nailed this choice, boys. The recording ended. There was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the ship. A message came in from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Grey Martina. Captain methodically reported on all the service base stations her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. But they reported that there was stuff of value. They found no bodies, there had been no accidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the captain. Filling the salient points of Grey Martina's exhaustive report, Alethea listed the areas that warranted a more thorough search. After returning to the shuttle, Alethea received reports about Fireborn's status. The tech priest, who relentlessly pierced the wreckage from the Augur's gaze, insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Ray Martini's unit had explored the service bay without incident and, not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transfer to the Rogue Trader's ship. 3 wins. The units assembled at the shuttles and the Lord Captain gave the final orders on this grim expedition. Honor the memory of her crew, recite a memorial prayer to the Omnissiah, fire upon the cursed ship. Now, we'll honor the memory. That's what they specifically requested. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the Rogue Trader herself recited a prayer for the souls of the Fireborn, just as any honest servant of the Emperor who has dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Time was up. The scouting party returned to the ship. With one last look at the Fireborn, the Rogue Trader gave the order to... But that, if we do that, do we not get the components from Team 3? Did we get nothing from that? Awareness test. Okay, here we go. So, we got a hotshot las pistol, a cogitator bracer, a burn scour. Can I look at these individually? Hotshot las pistol is just a rapid fire las pistol. It's not great. Cogitator bracer. 2 long lasers. Pause. Power cells. Perfume. So just profit factor. Just profits, essentially. Nothing amazing, but... it's fine. It was literally a fleeing refugee ship. I can't really expect too much from it. Dead world, but not burning. Lava world. Okay. I've just seen the asteroid ring. That's a Kyber. No, it's not a Kyber belt. It's a accretion disk.
The giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from orbit.
Examine the rings.
It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or a nefarious Xeno structure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that.
Sure, alright. Fair enough. Provisions. We are making a lot of provisions, but that is kind of our whole deal. Well, we'll have it. We'll have it. Why not? Okay, let's go and get mauled to death on a Space Hulk.
The augurs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear.
No, don't pick them up. That'll bring Gene Stealers on board. What are you, fucking crazy?
The augur crew reports that it has registered no evidence of a disaster that could have produced such debris.
Okay.
Some of the wreckage is made of plasteel. The rest is some unknown material. Studying the fragments further is nigh impossible due to severe corrosive damage. The non-metallic fragments also bear burn marks.
That went a lot better. The fact that nothing happened there is worrying. Like, really worrying. I think I've just brought Gene Stealers aboard my ship. I think that's a thing, and we're going to have to deal with it.
The warp jumped past without incident for everyone except the crew members on bridge duty. For the duration of the voyage, they heard laughter. It seemed to come from outside, through the airtight seal of the ship's massive windows. The laughter went on and on.
Okay. First of all, thanks very much for the follow, Crystal Wind. Second of all, perfect. Nailed it. Accidentally brought G... I think I've accidentally brought G-Stealers on my ship. And you mentioned the Four-Armed Emperor. 100% approve of that. Right, we're going to have to head up here, but we're going to have to make that a safer journey. We can't... Wait, did I? I'm not sure I scanned for additional warp currents there, but I don't think there would have been any anyway. Right, if we're going to make it safe, let's make it safe. Let's make a full green path through the warp where we can. Zooms. Ooh, that's a new one. We haven't been there. We didn't know that was there. Where is Kiava Gamma? There. Got 2 jumps left before we get to our destination. Do we want to go and mess around up in the Cinerus Malefium. This is my first ever run, so it's DLC free. Though I've enjoyed it so much, I will definitely be picking up the DLCs. Like that's an absolute non-question anymore. I will be picking up the DLCs. College's plot. Okay. Oh, no G-Stealers. Boo! Boo! Ooh, hello. We don't have much in the way of adamantine production at the moment, I don't believe. Yeah, we've got +2, +2, and -2. So let's burn our last extractum on that. That's worthwhile. Because adamantium is quite rare. We'll go there last, but this looks like another burning world. So if we do meet up with those guys again, we'll have 2 bits of data for them. Promethium we've got loads of. I'm not too fussed about missing that.
The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an Envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened there. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall, an opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found on the estate.
I want valuables.
The scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. After finishing their report, they hurry away, whispering prayers.
An assault las. Okay. We don't really have anybody who uses las guns, though. Did I give Idra one, or did I give her a pistol? I gave her a pistol. It's reasonable. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't see the point in using it. First DLC has Genestealers. Second's got the Arbites, which I knew about because of the whole dog companion thing. And the third one I have already seen, and it's the Necron's Infinite Mausoleum. Cannot wait. I love me some Necrons. So, we've got 2 void ships to have a look at. One is named, so let's go to that one first, I think.
A ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in the silent void like the gnawed carcass of a giant monster. When the rogue trader's void ship approaches, the Vox Master reports an incoming message. A colony of the Imperium's subjects have made their home in the bowels of the ship. They welcome the Lord Captain.
Shit, this is just a floating colony. Okay. I guess we're heading down then. Hello. Starting to get to the point now where... How do you live here? How do you eat? What do you grow?
An initial survey of the vessel
You can barely make out the writing on the plate, the Thanos Pride. This is likely the name of the ship, but it does not ring any bells.
Further examination is inadvisable.
All right, Pascal, you crack on, lad.
How far we have fallen, the rogue trader digging through rubbish. I can scarcely speak for grief.
Idira, is there something you wish to tell me about? Namely, the mess in the
Ladiness,
wardroom
it's just
last
rubbish.
week.
Now why would you want to go through it?
Stop blaming me every time one of the officers flies off the handle, old man. Not every brawl or disaster on this ship is because of me.
I mean, to be fair, Abelard, you're a dick. So I'm with Idra on this one. Oh yeah, I am full magpie. I like the shinies, and I will pick up everything and anything.
So
I
now
am.
Vladime has bowed down before the von Valencius dynasty. Interesting times lie ahead of us.
You mean how Winterscale will react to this? From what I've heard of him, interesting isn't the word. It's nothing to look forward to at any rate.
Why are we kicking off with all the conversations all of a sudden? More shinies. Yeah, I would scrape the gilding off the walls if it would let me. I am a complete and utter magpie.
A dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps of value. A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then says simply,
Your ladyship, please excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. My name's Retta Maximova. I'm in charge here.
Well-spoken rabble. It's rather sweet in its own way. Go on, then amuse me. Oh, why you gotta be a bitch? No. We'll do number 2.
We just call ourselves Retta's crew, and this place is Retta's camp, that's it. We're recollegers. Scavengers in common terms.
She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds,
And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us.
Pascal stares dispassionately at Retta with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy.
Okay, what do you do here?
Right now we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's a recolleger's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we just sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. These wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers. But, and I swear it on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure.
I bet.
This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out this shaft we found. Finished just 3 days ago, actually, and we found this thing a bit weird looking but still functional.
Retta's expression brightens a little.
Perhaps your ladyship would like to buy this component from us? I'll bet that big ship you've got could get plenty of use out of it.
Pascal's vox crackles to life. Imperiously, he tells her,
Present the object, laywoman.
but curiosity creeps into his voice nonetheless.
Fuck it, I'll buy it.
Well, isn't this something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us.
Retta makes a triumphant gesture.
I mean, thank you, your ladyship. You'll be pleased with the results.
It doesn't cost me anything,
Her
so...
mood visibly improves.
You know, your ladyship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you'd like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful.
Okay.
No, not even close. A luxury like that? You could count the recollegers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into machinery 3 times and slashed by a plasma cutter twice.
So one then. Well, you know one recologer who's got a ship.
We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later, and found nothing but bodies.
Eesh.
And about 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to locations and ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realized they were missing, and it was even longer before they remembered the scavengers, plus it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had bought it. Yep.
God damn. What about this wreck?
Not much. We're no eggheads, we're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous, and we don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech priests had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits, all that. That lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind, it's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of a servitor and sell them.
I approve of this way of life. You are risking it all, but like real frontiersman mentality.
Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here, and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive, or a whole module might depressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it. But we don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belonged to.
Okay. You take pride in your trade.
Sure do. It takes skill and luck and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day, crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die by the scores sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone, kind of like worker ants. But you know what, your ladyship? Our job also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. Hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself, who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other.
I appreciate what you've got and, work what you love.
You are amusing, little Monkey. Your life is shorter than a moth's, and you spend it digging around in the carcass of dead, malevolent metal. But you speak of eternity and the stars. I like that. It is like seeing starlight reflected in a puddle.
Can't tell if that was an insult. You speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything for the better.
Those are some big things you're talking about, way out of my depth. Change for the better? Heck, that'd be nice.
Rita pauses to think.
If I was younger and didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I would dream about stuff like that too. But as it is, I've got no time for dreaming. I've got to work.
I can take you from this place. It's not safe here. Sooner or later, nobody will ever find you again. Is that going to annoy them?
But this is our whole livelihood, your ladyship. You take us from here, and what are we gonna do, sit in some hold slaving away? Here we've got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path, and we won't stray from it.
Respect it. No problem.
Your ladyship.
Rita falters, as if flustered by her own nerve.
Please don't take it as insolence, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we could certainly use more provisions and some warm clothes. If it's something you would be willing to provide, We would gladly barter for it with whatever we can dig up inside this here ship. It's just a respectful offer of fair trade.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
She bows slightly before stepping aside.
Right, well, let's see what you got.
Your ladyship, what brings you here?
Oh, I can't trade with you.
It's been a pleasure to serve your ladyship.
The simple machinery and tools look a little worn, but well maintained. An unknown container, very strong and securely locked. Something is propped against the door from the inside. You can hear the piercing sounds of a saw and other tools coming from behind it.
Keep your wits about you.
The apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol, probably not of the industrial variety.
They've got a still.
In this work of crude craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor commonly seen in the Coronis Expanse.
Okay, so how do I trade then? Because I kind of would like to see what you've got. Sure, I'll take whatever the crap that
It's
is.
just rubbish. Now why would you want to go through it, eh?
All the balls. There's the shinies. How do I trade with you? No one else with a name. Nothing on the map shows as tradable. Do I have to leave and then come back? Maybe I trade from the ship.
The lights keep flickering in the bowels of the dead ship as the recollegers go through their usual tasks. Retta Maximova sends you her best regards and asks what the colony can do for the rogue trader.
Die as I shoot them. No, not doing heresy. DD, supply shuttle, offer necessary clothes. Yeah, okay.
Retta thanks you for this generosity and sends back a cargo shuttle loaded with dismantled vessel components. It will be a while before the colony require another shipment. Their needs are satisfied for now, and regardless, the recollegers need time to extract new components from the guts of the dead void ship. As politely as she can, Retta refuses the shipment. The colony's needs are met at present, and they simply have nothing with which to repay the rogue trader's generosity. Perhaps the recollegers will require your aid again at a later time.
Okay, but why has it been removed if they didn't want it? Okay, so how do I trade with them?
The lights keep flickering in the bowels of the dead ship as the recollegers go through their usual tasks. Retta Maximova sends you her best regards and asks what the colony can do for the rogue trader.
Has it opened up a new trade on the bridge, I wonder? No, don't want plasteel. Right, let's go and have a look at this void ship.
A Vox notification from the Augur crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first. Introducing himself as the Pilgrim, the captain greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits.
No, I'm low on those. I'm keeping that information to myself.
The captain's coarse laughter echoes forth from the Vox. Phlogiston is a part and parcel of many different aspects of life in the Imperium. How exactly his customers are going to use it is none of his concern. All that the Pilgrim promises is that the phlogiston will be used for the good of humanity. Jay immediately remarks that someone without a name is not to be trusted.
I'm with her.
Deals with such people do not tend to end well. If she were you, she would first find out his secrets and then scrupulously remove him from the equation.
I'm not going that far, but...
Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of phlogiston. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadowy individual, the Muggos nonetheless recommends you find out more about phlogiston deposits. Your own protectorate would benefit from the knowledge.
I'm with him on that one.
Sister Argenta sincerely believes the words of the Pilgrim. A cowl or a golden aquila are no prerequisites for being his true servant. If the captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods, there is nothing questionable about extending a helping hand.
It's going to be very questionable. Why do you call yourself the Pilgrim?
The captain admits he has not always done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor himself, and has followed a special path of service to him ever since. That is the path he now treads as the Pilgrim.
What are you going to give me in return?
The Pilgrim has been exploring the Coronis expanse for years and knows many of its secrets. He promises to let you in on intriguing rumors that may be of interest to someone with your skills and capabilities.
No, I don't think I'm going to.
It looks like this was the exact decision the captain of the Darkpiercer expected you to make. The Pilgrim sincerely thanks the rogue trader for this meeting and asks that his offer be considered. The Darkpiercer gives you the coordinates of several systems where you may encounter it later and melts into the distorted outline of a warp portal.
Okay. Second meeting, I may change my mind, but we're light on phlogiston at the moment, and I don't want to lose those income streams. Don't want plus heretical. Ooh, Kyurgeon medkits. Maybe. That's pretty good. That gives us what? Chemicals, efficiency. It costs us some phlogiston, which we can spare at the moment. Let's check out Foulstone and see what else is needed here first. That gives a Drusarian rep and would take most of the phlogiston, but not all. It blocks Crusade. Okay. Don't really need the Epiphany. I don't think that's going to be any good. %20 damage against demons. 20% damage against demons. Oh, one for me, one for each of them. Okay. Right. House von Valancius worlds may be untouched by corruption, but many enemies of the faith are lurking all around, and the pilgrims of Foulstone are aflame with fanaticism. They need weapons and ships, and whoever gifts them these holy tools will be vested with a modicum of the God Emperor's power. May the crusade against corruption and idolatry commence. Shrine worlds are treasures of the Imperium, ecclesiarchy officials, as well as mountains of extremely rare metals. I think we go for the rep. I think that's the best thing we can really get here. So let's set up on that one. And go to Giannis, and let's get... We're out of plasteel. Really, we're out of plasteel? The thing I've had loads of for a while. Hotstone's burning through it. Okay. Okay, so we need an extractum to get some of that, so... We need rep, really, with some of the others. What's the... I'm sure there was a trade menu. Can't think how to get to it. How much fuel promethium do we have at the moment? Oh, it's at the bottom here. Oh, we've got plenty of promethium. You can have that. Don't want to lose profit factor. Weapons would be down 3, people would be down 3. That's not bad. But yeah, let's do that. I guess the only way to do it is to go back to the void ship, but I thought... I seem to remember there being a way to do it, and now I can't find it. Loady load.
The High Factotum Janry's Danrock greets you with a cool...
Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you, exactly? We most often deal with the followers of St. Drusus, the ex...
On the wrong one.
Certainly, Lord Captain.
So yeah, Recogitators is... Recologies is not on here. Right. 200 Claymore. Not really something I'm interested in, but we could certainly take it. Deathworld Origin on Pascal, so that's not a problem. If we were to go here and select all tradable, we've got 11,000. No shield yet. We really need a shield. Opticon 22. I don't think we've got anything available on you at the moment. Don't want a plasma pistol. Oh. That would be really good for Abelard. He can just stand in one position, tanking hits and parrying. Parry retaliating. And then every turn, he's just getting boom, 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 more AP, more AP, more AP. So kind of reasonable for Yolette as well. Okay, we're never going to get to level 15. Let's just have a look how much. 11,000. Damn. How have I only just seen this required cargo list on the left here? How have I never actually seen that? Kind of want to work towards... These have the coolest items. Commissar's boots on 50. Oh yeah, that's right. You're ridiculously expensive. You're the late game stuff, so we can kind of just ignore you. Don't care about an auto pistol. Don't care about that. The staff is power level 7, gains an Inferno ability. This is also available as its heroic and desperate versions. Let me bring up the full information there.
The wielder of this staff, power level 7, gains the Inferno ability. The ability is also available in its heroic act and desperate measure versions. Power level affects the damage of this power. For every 2 creatures suffering burning in combat, the power level of this staff is increased by +1. plus 15 willpower.
It's pretty good, to be fair. Might take a lot to get to level 7, but that's pretty good. Hunt down the prey. Whenever they kill a target marked as prey, they gain a stacking bonus from this ability once again. That bonus duplicates the highest tier bonus from Hunt Down the Prey that the wearer has already gained. Reasonable. And a goddamn shield! Give me a goddamn shield! Oh, that's a cloak. Okay. You're also reasonable. So if I hit at least 2 enemies in a 2-cell radius with my Thunder Hammer, I'd then be able to kick them in the shins for free. Like it. That's no good. That's really good. +1 fellowship and willpower's not great. Eldari super sniper rifle. Okay, so Riz has got some good stuff as well. Imperial Navy. Kinda do want to be working our way up this. What do you like reputation-wide? Void Eldari. Void Heretic. I wish I could just cycle through. I suppose we could just start trading. So if you're Void Relics, essentially, what are you? So there's no crossover there. Cool. Right. Okay. So we can quite safely trade all of those to you and just see where it gets us. Knock out the fuel, though. We'll keep those for other people. Why are you not sorted? Right. Since I found the crafting area, I've done no crafting. All story missions. I even set up a woman with a drag. Oh, that's a weird quest. That is a weird, weird quest. Okay, trade those. Right. Lathe pattern 2B engines and a riser pattern plasma battery. Thank you very much. I will be back when I have anything useful to you. Reputation. Right. Sorting by type in ascending. Hide untradable. Select all tradable. Drop off the fuel. I think everybody pretty much just takes fuel as 100, don't they? I don't think there's anybody who wants fuel more than others. Right. We really don't have much, but those holy gifts are coming in handy. Let's trade those across. That puts us at 9. That might be useful, but I don't think it is right now. Is there anybody who takes fuel at a higher rate than 100? Well, you don't take fuel at all. Fair. No, fuel is your generic currency. So, there's a lot of stuff that you'll take that others won't. So we should probably do those as well and just give you everything. But because you won't take fuel, so that's fine. Yeah. if we go one more level with you, what do we get? Nothing really that good. So no on that. If we get the next one with you, we get the self-calibrated. Why don't we buy all those? We get the self-calibrating goggles, which I'm not too fussed about. 4 on you gets us a Drukhari Clave and an Alchemist's Amulet. No, we don't use any of those. Riser gets us an auto pistol, that's no good. We would get more from you. Okay, you get some fuel. We need 500 points of fuel. Gimme. Black slot.
You can fill your flagship's arsenals with various ammunition that enhance the capabilities of the flagship's weapons. The flak ammo arsenal allows you to use special flak projectiles with macro cannons. These projectiles have explosive warheads that deal area damage in a 1-cell radius around a selected cell. Flak shots are especially efficient against enemy torpedoes and small wings of attack craft.
That makes sense. Right, if we go up another, what's that? 8,000, 2,500. If we go up another 3,000, which we can quite easily do. No, we can't. Okay, we'll have to wait on that. Kind of useful, but just not useful enough. Same with you. I think with Opticon's the next one, really. See, that's a really good goggles. A really good headpiece. But having her just everybody she hits, sometimes twice a round, possibly stunned and stays in place, very, very useful. Tempted to grab that.
The high factotum Janry's Danrock greets you with
it was you. How much would we need? 2,001. No, 400, 1,500. Can't make it. Okay, that answers that question. We're done. Right, let's gear up the ship. We now have a flak arsenal, so we'll equip that. Increases. Right, void ship plating negates 5 points of damage on each side. 4 points of plating, or 9 points of damage on the 4, and 5 on the other. Okay, well that's literally the same as that, but also better on the front, so we'll take that. Mark 100 Auger, 80% chance, targeting data granting 8% hit chance and 5 critical versus 90 and 5, so that's better as well. Shield upgrades, 80 points in each sector, doubled on kinetics. Doubled against blast, or 80, so repulsor's the better. We also have double that on the front for another component. Plasma drive is 14 speed with low acceleration and long braking. 12 speed with high, 11 speed with strong. I actually like the Jovian pattern. Can we upgrade 150? Let's upgrade our hull again. Right, weapons. We are firing 4 shots at 14 damage, which totals 52 damage if all hit. No, 56 damage if all hit. Long-range lance weapon dealing 45 to 50 damage. Narrow firing arc. Or Voss pattern torpedoes. But we can only fire 1 torpedo a round, so there's no point in having... Yeah, there's no point in having the extra torpedoes. I do like my torpedoes, but we could forsake them for an extra lance weapon and see how that works. 4 with 19, 4 with 19. So the reason they were better is because while they lose a turn of movement, they have much higher maneuverability, which I did like. We've got better armor on our front in all cases, so let's equip the extra lance battery and ignore the torpedoes and see if we can just go full assault. Our Starbreaker has been really good. I don't think I want to get rid of that. Starbreaker's been really useful. Port is left, starboard is right. So this is our right-hand cannon. Macro 4 dealing 20. 3 dealing 20. 4 dealing 14. Yeah, that's the better option. 3 shots 21. 3 shots 21. 4 shots 14. 3 versus less. Yeah, so again, we've got the right one there. Okay. I think we're good there. Can we level up any posts? Hey, you're not my commander. Hashtag not my commander. No officer assigned to this post because I took Abelard off. Requires 100 scrap. Use the ability once and no damage. This will upgrade us from 90-degree turns once every 1 to 3. That's 1 to 2. Ability scan. Flagship's augurs, weak points. Increased by 30%, only 1 weak point at a time. All damage dealt to weak is 35, only 1 weak. This weak spot is never located on the opposite side of the ship. That's useful, we'll take that. Using that more often, like every other turn at the most, is good as well. We'll take that. He's actually a better cannoneer than our cannoness, which is kind of... Oh, because it works on demo. Okay, that's persuasion. That's demo. That's tech use. That's athletics, which is why she was better there, but useless because he's upgraded. She's got warp law. Why you not got... You're not our best... You're minus 170 game. Damn. We don't have much in the way of warp law. That's a problem. Turn. Okay, so you're just that but better. And if we had 100 scrap, we could upgrade you, so that's fine. And your awareness, which Idra's better, but I didn't like the augur array. I wanted the vulnerability scan. Cool. Right, I think we're back out of here. Well, I do need to go through my inventory. Right. Weapons. Don't think we got anything new here, so that's fine. Armor's fine. Helmets. Reload, that is for you. God damn, is your reload expensive. Don't care about tech use. Use a non-attacking consumable. It counts as an attack of a different type of versatility. Persuasion's not exactly good. We'll just need something that can go here. May as well give persuasion, because just have something in that slot. Oh, Crystal, actually. This is a riddle me this, which means feel free to actually answer. This is not a, oh my god, spoiler. Are these items from DLCs that I can't equip, or am I missing what allows me to equip these key characteristics? I don't see... I've got 4 of these things and I have no idea how to actually use them. The Cyber Raven and the Mastiff and things like that. Because I see the Cyber Mastiff, and I think, well, that's from DLC, so surely he can't use that. That's considered a pet. So, no. Nothing else there. Oh, we are going to need to top up our grenades and whatnot. You need that. Only 1. Of 2 instead. You're missing a flame grenade. You need a top up on your heals. As actually does Kara, thinking about it. The one you lost was a big as well, so we'll top that up. Pascal lost a crack grenade, but I don't think we've... Oh, we've got 8 there, that's fine. What was that new grenade we got? Haywire. Mental damage, don't care about that. Replace that one there. Why are you there? Cargo. Cool. Right. Try and plot a go up to the Malefactum. But I think we said we were heading for Kiava Gamma, so let's head down that way and aim for that to be kind of where we end the stream. So we'll kind of dick around there for a little bit before we head down to the planet. Unknown ships, right. Debris of a space battle. Oh, it's still going on.
A violent battle is unfolding before the rogue trader's eyes. Patrol ships from the Quarter Fleet are tearing apart 2 small Eldari vessels. Once they are finished with them, the Void ships give chase after the third, already damaged vessel, clearly with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Earliet calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from the massacre.
We did promise we would, so I've kind of got to. Order them to stop the battle.
The Vox Master relays the Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle and soon returns with a reply. According to the Court of Ships, this group of Xenos are malicious criminals. They are guilty of raiding this system's planets and robbing merchant vessels. Incendia Corda's void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Earliet sullenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass windows of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished. Except her Kinnar were flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so. The Monkey are lying.
Okay. Ask for proof. Failed at
The
85.
patrol's captain
Damn.
is outraged by the distrust. A rogue trader's will must be obeyed, but the Xeno ships are currently on the border of the Corda dynasty's holdings. Exterminating any and all enemies of humanity on the Protectorate's trade routes is a direct order from the Lord Captain, Incendia Corda herself.
Okay. Right, analyze the ships.
Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xeno ship is more likely meant for transporting cargo or the Xenos themselves rather than direct combat.
Try the coercion. Hey!
Unwilling to engage in open battle against the flagship of a foreign dynasty, the patrol reluctantly leaves its prey and retreats to the edge of the system.
fail on an 85, succeed on a 65.
Meanwhile, the wounded Xeno ship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration, and the Vox Master reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more the xenotechnology can endure before the irreparable happens. The Eldari are too scared and resentful of the Monkey for the recent deaths of their kin to answer incoming hails. Despite this, Earliet is certain that she can convince them to cooperate with the Elentak if she is allowed to speak with them.
10%. You got 10% persuasion. And give it a try. Success on a
2 watches
10%.
pass, and the Xenos finally decide to answer Earliet's pleas concerning the Elentak's assistance. Guardedly asking how exactly the Monkey can help their vessel, the Eldari note that the humans' primitive technologies are incapable of healing the Eldari vessel's wounds. The sudden benevolence of one human is equally incapable of bringing back those who perished in the recent engagement.
Everyone's expecting them aboard the ship. Find refuge amongst their kin. Let's direct them to more of their kind.
The Xenos half-heartedly thank the rogue trader and turn their ship toward distant stars and inevitable death in the void. No words are exchanged on the bridge, but everyone understands that the wounded ship will never make it there. A few Terran days later, a blue flash at the edge of the system confirms the vessel's unfortunate fate.
What? That seemed rather bizarre.
And only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, mourning the fallen in solemn silence. Once the pain in Earliet's soul is numbed, she turns to the Lord Captain and nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved.
Okay. I guess I should have offered medicine, and that seemed like the wrong option.
This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror, lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances, in pristine condition.
Nah, destroy that shit. I'm bringing a
Blasts
fucking
the
weird
crater,
mirror on
raising
my
a
ship.
cloud of dust that blocks the auger array. Confirming the mirror's destruction is impossible for the time being, but it could not have survived such a powerful explosion. Definitely not.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Nope. Certain things you just don't ever want to deal with. Random fucking creepy mirrors lying on uninhabited planets.
A vigilant member of the auger crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no signs of being crewed.
Board it.
The squad boarded the vessel without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Eldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now-defunct ship. The Xenos Earliet claims to have recognized the symbols on the dead Eldari's clothes. They were civilian refugees from Craftworld Krudarak.
Okay, well that answers the question of where the second ship was.
This mining world has been catalogued as normal. No rare or valuable deposits have been detected.
We don't have any, but we could really do with some more plasteel now. I didn't realize these were going to be... I thought these were going to be resource over time, not just one and done. Essentially, it's a flow and it's a ebb and flow rather than what I thought it was going to be, which is just it increases over time and you spend it in singles. All right, well, okay, time to test out the new ship upgrades. Drukhari have blocked some of your flagship's posts using an unknown Xenos power. Crew will regain these posts in several rounds. Okay, so they've put one of my abilities on cooldown. That's not too bad. Right. Our first fight against the Eldari, the Drukhari, then. So we would need to go there. Still not enough. That would be there. No, there. That would give us a front shot. Right, let's take this logically. How many ships are in combat? Leech torpedoes, Sigil class, a Talon Silix. What the fuck is that? Obsidian Shadow Field. Eerie Unfathomable Haze. Enemies 25% chance to crit when attacking from within 2 cells. And a 75% chance penalty to hit when attacking from outside 2 cells. Shit, alright. Upon firing, and there's a chance to be re-engaged at the start of the turn. Or in response to hull fire. Okay. No shields, though. Do we go for you? Bank away from you and ignore the torpedoes. It was that 75% chance to miss. Yes, okay, right. No, we don't go for you. We've got to get close on you. We're going to have to run a flanking attack on you. So that puts us in range of 1, 2, 3, and then we would have to spin the broadside, which would be riser pattern. So, right, first of all, back off and go a different way. Good. That's about actually as good as it could have got for me there. Right. Open fire with that. Open fire with that. Oh shit, he put up a field as well. I go there. Nice. Weakness from the front. Those torpedoes are hitting us. I'm accepting that those torpedoes are gonna hit me, unless I get a turn before they do. Oh, I do. Nice. Right. Okay. Well, let's again open fire with that. And our prow, dorsal, missed. Then we want to have his ability on. Not quite going to get me into range. If I go there, I could just book it away at this point and let them chase me. I actually think might be the better option.
Engage the engines.
We can't rotate our shields because that's on cooldown. We don't need to reinforce them because we've not taken a hit. Those torpedoes should hopefully now be out of the running. I don't think they can catch us. No, they cannot. Right, okay, we're not going to get into range for firing, but into losing the debuff, but we can still just go at him and hope for the best. Can I scan weakness again on you and force it to change side? Can. Nice.
Macro cannon! Open fire!
Kinda wish I'd have stuck with the torpedoes. You're not fleeing. Can't actually get him. Oh, I can if I go there. He's already fired at me, so shield is down. Has put it back up now, so if we go there, that can then do that. So let's scan him for weaknesses. Technically, that wasn't the opposite side to us, but that's still annoying. That dropped my shields, didn't it? Okay, rotate that shield. Reinforce that shield, sorry. Right. Then rotate shields to front. Try and force you onto a different heading, which might kill you, because they overloaded your warp engine.
Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Smooth with a capital Smoo. Yeah, okay, not having the torpedoes there really helped. Weirdly. Because I read the ability. You know, had I not read the ability, I'd have messed that up quite substantially. Right, reloads all macro cannons that were fired during the acceleration phase. That's a good ability. Can only be used during the end phase. Has use of both abilities of one selected post for one turn. Shallow warp jump 5 cells. Overloads the enemy's shield redistribution with the weakest points facing you. That's really good. Fires up its maneuvering thrusters and slides a short distance. I think I want the reload. Oh, it's specifically macro cannons, though. Mountain macro, laser, lance, macro. So it would be our prow gun, which is our wide shot, and one of the sides if we fired them. That's less important. Let's do shield pulse. Right. Available abilities. Flagship's torpedoes are loaded with 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1. Duration for 2 rounds plus 1 round for every 20 points the Master's Cannoneer's demolition skill. That would make torpedoes useful again. Launch the boarding party to infiltrate the enemy ship, starting internal fires, probably causing engine damage once per round. Duration plus 1 round for every 10 points the Supreme Commander's persuasion. What is my persuasion? Why don't you show me that? At the end of each turn, the most damaged sector of the flagship shield restores 50% of its strength. Make 7 attacks, each of which targets a random enemy in an 8-cell range and deals 8 to 14 warp damage. Speed is increased by +2. Not going to care about that. Flagship is in such a position, its evasive is increased by 35. I want damage rather than anything else. I think I might do that and get more torpedoes on the board. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to torpedoes. I do like playing with torpedoes. Where are our short burns? Wait, where are our short burns? Oh, please tell me I didn't sell them. Oh, no, they're there. Oh, okay. Damn. Fortis 19. Short burning. I want to get into another fight now. Anyone available for an upgrade? Holy shit, you read that to 6 turns because of your demolition? That was the right pick. You can get shield pull soon, but not right now. You could upgrade your warp, which would what? 25 to 30, 15 to 20. Yes. Cool. Right. Out we go. Really need more extractums. I'll get down to these. If we can get there from down here. I'm not going to safe jump this one, simply because we're probably not going to use it. We're going to use that one instead.
A trickle of disturbing news came from the Navigator's sanctum over the last few days. Allegedly, there is a vast shadow following the void ship through the depths of the Sea of Souls. Mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified leviathan had emerged from the roiling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship, and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg.
Navigator, help!
The ship's navigator engaged the warp monster in invisible combat by giving orders from the Sanctum Novice. By following the Astronomican's guiding light and struggling against the mighty alien will at the same time, the guide managed to pry the void vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp and execute an emergency translation to real space, with minimal losses among the crew and new insights into the nature of warp entities.
Okay, that was horrible. Didn't like that. Was hoping we'd get to go down there. We may have to jump down manually for those. Risk a full jump. We don't have any extractum, so this is perfunctory, just looking for drop sites.
The Sandhiel's Pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfurious streaks, the promethium fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. Vast, endless deadlands littered with spots of promethium stations and refineries separate the colossi of rockcrete and adamantine with its crown of gargantuan spires. The heat of this system's star has turned this world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of the House Quarter Protectorate.
I thought it was more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of the palace or its extreme toxicity. Adamantium's fine, don't particularly need that. Okay, I guess we're making a blind jump then, because I don't want to go to Kiava Gamma right now. I think these two are going to be locked off unless we risk a warp jump. Oh, I can then reduce it even further. Alright, if I can say so. I'd have done that on the others if I knew that. If there are not enough resources.
An incredible find has been made on Foulstone, Lord Captain. A lost volume of St. Keith's diary has been discovered during the restoration of his crypt. By following the saint's words, the Order of the Hammer was able to find a cryptorch containing a tech relic of St. Cognatius, the Crucible. Keith's writings on it are vague. It is called the Sculptor and Transformer, granting life and grace. The explorators have sent a delegation to lay claim to the treasure, which has sparked a heated dispute that has been going on for many days.
Why are the explorers getting involved? It's not theirs. Tech relic, I guess. What are the main points?
The tech priests claim that the privileges of the Adeptus Mechanicus oblige the Order of the Hammer to hand any sacred architect over to them. They argue that the crucible should be considered not a personal possession of the saint, but rather an object temporarily entrusted into his care. The Order of the Hammer rejects this thesis, insisting that the right to care for such sacred objects belongs to the ecclesiarchy's cults, and since Cognatius was canonized, then the crucible should be regarded as a blessed relic, not architect.
What are we talking about here?
Quite. The discussions have been happening now for more than 8 cycles without interruption. Both sides have provided more than 100 experts on scholarly wisdom and law and have put forward around 4,000 theses, arguments, and testimonies. A special administrative commission, comprised of 200 armed clerks, has arrived to pass a verdict and enforce the law. This may well be the largest religious dispute in the Expanse's history.
Shit, alright. Not fucking about then.
Prelate Lugnalia is vehemently defending the rights of the Order and seems to have managed to instill a touch of righteous fear in the explorators. Perhaps it will keep them from taking revenge if the dispute does not conclude in their favor.
Okay. I want to hear from one person here, and it's you.
It is likely that the research contained in the ancient treatises and archival repositories of the Adeptus Mechanicus will provide factual information on similar precedent. I can spare some of my computing power to find such a case and provide my brothers and sisters with the information that is necessary to win this dispute. I believe that the chronicles of the Amylinian Conclave describe mystical miracles witnessed by zealots while praying at an ancient banner of St. Capius. Should the crucible perform a similar miracle, then no doubts will remain that it is indeed a holy relic and not the property of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Okay, either it works or it's Mechanicus. I kind of agree with that logic.
Shireen, do you know the best motivation to make your enemies ripe for the compromise? The danger of losing any sort of benefit. It is within your power to take the crucible for yourself using the privilege of your warrant, if you so desire. Why do you not imply such a possibility to the parties involved?
Let convincing miracle happen that would prove the crucible is a true relic. I think that's the sensible one. Let's find out if it's relic or archaeotech. That's the crux of the debate. One says it's archaeotech, one says it's a relic. Let's find out which.
Now I feel uneasy at the thought that I have become the mastermind of this deceit.
Plus 20 lore for the Imperium. The wearer grants 7% armor and deals 7% critical damage to Xenos and demons. Also, they can re-roll failed test once per test. Shit. Okay, that's good.
After some time, the crucible revealed a miraculous vision. Sacred images of martyrs appeared before the awestruck witnesses and blessed the ancient artifact. And even though some claim to have caught a glimpse of some suspicious individuals operating lens machines, most of those present acknowledged the fact of this miracle and the status of the crucible as a relic.
Well, there we go. That's decided then.
The explorators have made peace with their loss and asked permission to conduct several of their own rituals with the crucible. When the tech liturgies had been completed, the tech priests departed Foulstone. Research into the crucible has identified it as a device for surface terraforming. Fueled by the geothermal energy of the planet, it could turn a wasteland into a blooming garden. However, a way to launch it has yet to be found.
So it was useless to them anyway. That's a nigh perfect outcome. Right, anything happening on Yanis at the moment? And can we build anything of note? No, we cannot, because we're missing plasteel. We do anything here to get us plasteel that doesn't cost us mechanisms or promethium. No. Selling the forgiveness of the ecclesiarchy can be a significant resource revenue. Gives us Void Fellowship and Heretical. Glorious mag train loaded with relics will run across Foulstone, carrying the light of faith to every corner of the world. This is our last plasteel. Whenever the wearer kills the target with a melee attack, all enemies in a 2 cell range suffer 2 mental damage. Reasonable. Or the monks demand a great work. Thousands of faithful skin. I've already turned you down on that 3 times. I'm not doing it again. But that costs me nothing. And gains me both rep and profit factor. So, no-brainer. Man, we really have nothing going on Janus right now, do we? Right, let's head in. Ooh, another battle. That looks to be Eldari sail ships?
The Rogue Trader's Void Ship is facing several Eldari scout ships. The Xenos are in no hurry to attack, and time seems to have slowed down. One wrong move and carnage will ensue.
Okay. Well, we got Persuasion up and running, so that's fine.
Earliot's speech is met with a torrent of Eldari abuse that is too much for even the Rogue Trader's elucidator. The Xenos accuse her of betraying her kind by conspiring with the Monkey, and unceremoniously cut the connection. Yet their ships are no longer blocking the way.
Oh. Oh.
It's so quiet. Is it possible? Have I found the one place in the universe where my chatty friends have nothing to say? What? Not one tragedy in the past. Not a single calamity in the future.
Okay, we found the perfect world. More plasteel. How much was that, actually? Just go and see. 2.
This is the Forge World Euphrates II. It belongs to the explorators of the Cognizance fleet. They colonized it centuries ago. Unfortunately, we do not possess the privilege of landing here.
Why can I not go down to the surface of this planet?
This world is declared off-limits to the laity due to the sacred rites of the Adeptus Mechanicus being performed on its surface. I am afraid the restriction applies even to your ladyship.
Send them a note stressing my indignation. No, I don't want to piss them off and lose rep.
Rumors say the servants of the Omnisia are calculating the formula of ultimate destruction in the secluded tech crypts of this world, seeking to confine it to a rigid system of previously unseen weapon primers. Others whisper that the local denizens have dedicated their lives to the restoration of a ruined divine weapon from the dark age of technology, whose power and technological perfection are so holy that a mere glance from a layman would be an affront to the Omnisia.
I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Tell them I'm pissed.
Unfortunately, the Treaty of Mars gives them the right to restrict access to their domain. Should someone attempt to violate their sanctuary, the tech priests are authorized to open fire, and the firepower of their ground batteries is capable of destroying an entire squadron. Initiating a confrontation is not advisable.
Fine, I'll go away then. I'll play a Mechanicum, but no. Six profit factor? From where? From what? I just gained randomly 6 profit factor. And Fellowship of the Void rep. Do I gain Fellowship of the Void rep for spending this? No anomalies in system, so no fights at least. Methium in case we need that later. More plasteel. How much was that? +2 again. Gas giant. And more plasteel. Wow, that was a completely uninteresting system.
The clans servicing the cooling systems have reported an incident of sorcery. The shadows in the cabins and corridors are coming to life. The Voidsmen say they see strange, writhing things lurk in nooks and crannies at the edge of their vision. If they look away, the things spread over the room, gnawing on everything in their path and attacking the weak and infirm. The strange creatures cannot be caught. It is almost as if they sense they are being watched and sink into the many cracks between the machines and bulkheads.
Faith and prayer.
The ecclesiarchy mission on board the Void ship held sermons in every corner of the haunted chamber. The many-voiced chants and holy rituals manifested their power, and the demons skulking in the cracks vanished without a trace. The crew was cheered, and they praised the God Emperor for his protection.
Yeah. Right. Are we going to need a safe passage here? I think probably not, to be fair.
A warp breach. Ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease walk the lower decks, gathering a cohort of infected Voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, an entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy.
Okay, so I don't have the cargo to do either of those, but honestly, I wouldn't either way. Opportunity to go down and actually have a scrap. Let's go knock some heads. Right. Level up. Intelligence, willpower, ballistic. Willpower is bad for us, isn't it? Yes, ballistic skill then? The one that really makes sense. Right, what do we got? So my favourites, I can do more fellowship or persuasion. Anything else that would make sense? Not really, no, honestly. I think this is just a very, very basic... Noble can use you serve me once more in battle. Designate a new servant, removing the effect from the previous one. I mean, my fellowship should definitely be higher, right? How do I see? Fellowship 75, willpower 20. Yeah, I think we'll take that. I think just a random, by the way, you are now good at this rather than bad at this is useful. But you get no toughness, so Strength. And skill. Increases parry, weapon skill. Race last Navy officer can use the get off me once per round. Targets for melee attacks pass agility or fall prone. Let's just give him more survivability. Kara. Weapon skill, always. No agility, so definitely weapon skill. Could get some more athletics. That's dodge. Or we could just get more weapon skill and get more parry. No, I think we get athletics here. We've seen a couple where athletics is falling down a little bit. That's not too bad of an idea. You get ballistic skill, which puts you as our highest ballistic skill. And you get penetrating sight, I imagine. Penetration equal to perception. Or more ballistic skill. Let's do penetrating sight. You get intelligence, I imagine. The only one that really benefits you. Grenadier, I guess. We were going to take that last time and didn't, and kind of regretted it. You can't get anything useful. 45, 60... I guess it's perception then. If use a particular psych ability for the first time, the enemy suffers a intelligence at the end of combat. I think we take warp mines here. Opening turn of combat, we use 3 psychic powers minimum. We burn some. We set the flame up. We burn them. We use burn eternal. So that's already halfway to our first. If we then burn something else, and if we then just do that again next turn, that's every 2 turns. As long as we don't hit the same target. No, that's just every 2 turns, everybody gets a -5 penalty to all characteristics. So yeah, I think we take that. Cool. Right. Let's go hunt us some mischief. Oh, no, there's so many explosives. There's so many explosives.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
And they're not explosives. They're spewing gas.
This tedium is beneath me.
Challenges make the spoils
shit.
that much sweeter.
Okay, by piercing through and attacking him, that's opened that up. And now there's a gas everywhere. Let's just hold here. Set that as a kill zone. What's our stratagem? This is one of the combat for 1 round. All allies in that area inflict overwhelmed on the enemy that fails their willpower. That's not right. Set that as cover. Set this as critical. Allow movement to that spot.
I'll see to it personally.
I can't tell where I can stand that's not going to put me in trouble. I'm going to put you there. Who do we put this on? I think we put this on Kara this round. Yeah, okay, that definitely was the wrong choice. But we give Pascal the extra turn so that he can throw down a trap there. Nothing else matters. It was just to put the trap down. Silly of me to move you into that. Right, let them come to us now. Oh, you can throw grenades over there. That's something I've just learned.
I've suffered worse.
Such is the will of chaos.
You will pay an even greater price.
So much gas. Holy crap, I've messed this up royally. Zeal. Charge. Move. Murder. Heal. Stealth.
Chaos guides me.
I can't tell where there's gas and where there isn't, is my problem. Shit. Biggin. Shit. 2 biggins.
If I must.
Yeah, that tracks.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Yeah, okay. I think I may have to reload this. This is going to be rough regardless. Oh, but yet again, Abelard might be my boy if he can't actually take those hits. Anybody else over there that I can taunt into? No. So we taunt that way. Just not going to get us anything either way. We put up our barriers. Temp HP. We put up our parry, because fuck you. And we put up our temp HP to keep you alive a little longer. That side is now secure. If I put you there, can you burn the fuck out of that thing?
There is movement in the Imperial. On it.
So that's 3 already. Let's just see if that is stacking right. Did it show me it anywhere? Guess not. Dodge rating for you. You're gonna need it. That's not a warp power, but so that's 4 in a single turn. Remove to there for me. You're also quite resistant against it, which is nice. Don't want to hit that. I could just finish him off with a crack grenade here and now. I could just end this guy's whole career. Where's the other one? Let's give that guy something to burn about. And therein lies the problem. They're just gonna keep goddamn healing. Oh, fuck, I was wrong. It was a wrong skill. Wonder why it let her move further than the others. Can I kill that this turn? Do I need to kill that this turn? When does the burn actually happen? At the end of their turn. What is your movement characteristic? 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't get to me and are going to burn for more health than you've got. So I think I don't need to deal with you. So, let's rearrange that there. What's overwhelmed? Creature suffers ballistic skill, fire rate, and weapon skill. Additionally, melee creatures have their movement point reduced. Nice, okay, that's reasonable. Can't antitoxin myself. He survived it pretty well. Let's antitoxin you.
Out of my way!
Just a minor setback.
He's got his own dude. Right. Don't think that's in the gas cloud. But I'm not sure how to tell.
Nothing I can't do.
The warp is deaf to my prayers.
Why didn't he burn? Is it the end of my turn? As in Idira's? Okay, might be starting to understand why I've been finding that a bit weird. Damage and suffers the burn effect. This effect has 35% armor pen. Deals damage to the end of their turn. 33% armor pen. Target creature must pass an agility test with 35% penalty to stop burning. But he can't stop burning. He's burning eternally. Deals 0 fire damage to it every turn, but deals 67 fire damage to it every turn. When does it take it? Because he moved and didn't take a thing. I can force him to take it by clicking that.
Will do.
Killed those two. Hey, have some dodge right.
Chaos guides me.
Stop throwing shit at me! That's a guaranteed hit, guaranteed kill. There's realistically no point in not doing that. And we kind of just want to stay here, really. So you heal Kara. Guess we throw a trap down just in case they try to make it past.
Cross the feeble.
So much gas everywhere. don't think it's worth going any further. Shooting. I can run you to there. Risk it. Okay, I don't want to do anything else here. Now it's Kara's go. Oh, wow, that's a lot further round than I thought it was going to be. I don't have the ability to charge. Melee weapon required. Okay. As far up there as you can. And then book it round. Right, how far can I charge? One space short. So if we go there. There. There's something in the way? There's a barrel in the way. Okay. I need to go there. And then charge you.
Indeed.
Taunt everybody. Put up my shield. And my temp. And my parry. I hit Abelard. It doesn't look like it's going to bounce, which is really annoying. Okay. If I burn him to death, it will also kill this one, and then all we've got to deal with is that. Insane amount of damage. Oh, I thought he was going to make a run for it. For an attack of opportunity. The guy decided to go down fighting. Right. Ow. Fucking hurt. Let's restock your flame nade. Nothing interesting over there. Well, I must admit, I kind of messed that one up by making that single attack. I really did mess that entire situation up. Valve? I'm not sure if that did anything. No rarities that I'm finding. Tiny valve. I seem to have put some steam on, which hurts. Okay. I don't really understand what all these valves are for. In the last time we came to this map, those valves were large because there was a secret there. Clearly this time, that is not the case. What do you run that way for, you dip? We'll make this one safe. I want to check what happened there. Nothing, okay. So it just, as you're traveling around, you get benefits. Roger that. Right, that is going to be our safe route because it's cheaper. We're going this way. Chart new routes.
Lord Captain, according to telemetry, we are in the system of Kiava Gamma, the main industrial world of the Von Valancius dynasty. However, our astropads report that attempts to contact Governor Gaprak have been unsuccessful.
It's probably dead.
But wait.
There's more.
The Vox Master is silent for a few seconds. Lord Captain, a new report. Kiava Gamma is sending a request to exchange data. Should we accept it?
No. No, we know this world's under siege. I'm not letting a malicious dark mechanical code into my fucking machines. No. Until we know the situation, ignore the request.
As you command, Lord Captain. The Vox Master switches to a nearby comm channel to relay your instructions to the crew. For several minutes, nothing happens.
I ain't dealing with no goddamn scrap code.
Lord Captain, we ignored the transmission as you ordered, but the Vox system has detected a dozen more incoming requests. Their number is growing every second, and each one is becoming more insistent and stronger. I think I hear something. Suddenly, a deafening screech erupts from the bridge's Vox system. You hear violent tirades of garbled Benheric code like the low chuckles of machinery. LLL Lord Captain, int TT interference DDD detected in the compartment's Vox SYSTTT TEM. Looks like the bridge is CC cut off from the rest of the VV Void ship.
Okay, right, start a pick recording. The Void Ship's bridge, sounds of working cogitators and officers' footsteps. The everyday scene is interrupted by an ear-splitting beeping sound, followed by lumens going out. In the dim glow of candles and emergency lighting, one of the officers in frame cries out. Another falls to her knees, clutching her head. Over the beeping of voxes, shouts can only just be heard. What's going on? The doors are locked. We've lost all contact with all compartments. On the bridge, officers turn to the throne. Lord Captain, the Vox stations are malfunctioning and overloading the system. None of our outgoing transmissions are getting through. The incoming ones that do make it in are distorted beyond interpretation. Lord Captain gives an order to decipher the incoming quest status updates from all other compartments. We need to know what's going on. Proceed. A team of decryption experts gets to work. Data tethers are inserted into sockets and they are connected to the cogitators. One of the Vox clerics leans over the console. Another is writing something on a piece of parchment. But then she bursts into maniacal laughter and stabs herself in the eye with a steel quill. Goddamn scrap code! I told you! Another scream. A tech priest, who was mid-prayer, tears himself to pieces with his own mechadendrites. More and more lunatics are mutilating themselves and lunging at others. Portions of PIC recordings damaged after contact with unknown object. Not through something at the camera. An enforcer shoves a rabid servitor away from the Lord Captain as she... rushes to help the crew, shouting out orders. Image of the Pict is fuzzy, nothing but glimpses of people shouting, racket and the Lord Captain's orders. Within minutes, the crazed crew members are either dead or bound and unconscious. The officers clustered around the Lord Captain are barely breathing, but unharmed. Scrap code! Fucking, I know scrap code when I recognize... you think you can get around me? I know when scrap code's trying to get me. I work in IT. I'm not daft. Also really helps that I've just been listening to the Mechanicus audiobook. Right. The voice belongs to an on-deck engine seer who returned to the Lord Captain from his station. We've been attacked with scrap code, a tech heresy designed to corrupt machines. The transmission received from the planet was infected with this taint, and it is now running through the ship's veins. Omnisire, preserve us. That's why I cut communications. I said do not accept. Somebody didn't listen. Interestingly, there is actually a real-life scrap code. I think it was like Rihanna or something like that. Some female singer from that era. If you played one of her songs on the speakers of a particular model of MacBook, I believe, it bricked the MacBook. The speaker picked it up and registered it as viral code or some crap and accessed, ran the code, and it bricks the MacBook. That is it. It is done. If you play that song on that MacBook, it is done. Real life, actual tech heresy scrap code. The Voidborn officer appears before the Lord Captain once more. Whatever it is they're attacking us with, we have backup procedure that can circumvent the Vox... They have a backup procedure? Wait, we have a backup procedure that can circumvent the Vox barrier. I said turn the Vox off! In the atrium leading to the bridge, there is a terminal for an isolated system that might still be unaffected. A loud pop. Pipes over the officer's head burst, and a blast of hot air flings the Voidborn away from the Lord Captain, his body slamming straight through a cogitator panel. The pick frame spins uncontrollably. The servo skull was jolted by the gust. The picked recorder fogs over, the Vox picking up the crackling of electricity and a death cry. Gas on the bridge. A junior attendant shouts and instantly doubles over, inhaling the poison air. The rogue trader gives the order to evacuate immediately. I really don't want to abandon the bridge. Evacuate. We've got to be sensible. Personally oversees the evacuation, bring the plasma cutters, get the wounded to the exit. The officer repeats her orders and the servo skull following the rogue trader reaches the door. They fall to the plasma cutters and crumble outward. Rogue trader is the last to leave the bridge. Leaning on a support beam, the rogue trader takes several deep breaths, trying to flush her lungs with air. When she straightens, smooths her uniform, and heads towards a goal known only to her. X-Skull follows. The atrium is in a state of panic, silhouettes skitter about in the dark hall, illuminated only by the flickering of emergency lumens. Curt orders and someone's feverish words of prayer can be heard. Having lost all communication, the beheaded ship is writhing in agony.
Takes a while for the Lord Captain to find the cogitator mentioned by the fallen officer. The panel of the isolated terminal is riddled with cracks and bloodstains on the floor by the terminal, a tech priest is lying in a heap with his head smashed and technical liquids mixed with blood oozing out of the ports. Lord Captain decides to take her chances restoring the terminal. I have a little bit of tech use. I may be okay here. Rogue Trader rips the power keys off the tech priest mechadendrite and opens the cover of the terminal. Sparks fly in her face, but she's confident in her manipulations of the tangled wires and clanging levers. After replacing the cover and ensuring the system is restored, the Lord Captain brings up the required data on the screens. The maintenance bay is sending out hundreds of desperate distress calls that have gone unanswered up till now. When the machines went out of control and started turning people insane, others, driven by some hateful or paranoid logic, started butchering the servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The tech priests have sustained heavy losses, but the remains of the cult are still holding the line. Out of everything that's happened on the ship, the situation in the maintenance bay is the direst. The Lord Captain knows where help is needed most. She decides to send officers to where the... Yeah, I'm the only one operating this. We'll send officers. Rogue Trader contacts several officers via Vox terminal and orders them to deal with the most critical situations on the ship, and then returns to the bridge.
Lord Captain, the Vox Master's voice is quivering with exhaustion. The situation has been brought under control, more or less. It will take some time to eliminate the consequences of the attack completely, but the vessel is capable of motion. We may even be able to conduct a warp jump if you feel we should leave the system. Allow me to bring you up to date. Fortunately, the bridge suffered only minor losses. The reports mention only a few casualties that have already been replaced. I have bad news, Lord Captain. The panic, or perhaps the pernicious influence of the power that reached the crew via the Voxes, riled up the unlettered rabble, driving them into a paranoid frenzy. For some tragic reason, they decided the Omnisia's adepts were to blame and slaughtered everyone they could reach. Devoid of help and protection, the maintenance bay crew suffered tremendous losses. Thanks to the efforts of senior officers, we did manage to get the situation under control. The losses on the decks are minimal, and the number of casualties does not exceed 2,000 souls.
Reasonable. That's still a heavy percentage of my crew, though.
Kiava Gamma went silent after transmitting the harmful signal. I will refrain from sending inquiries to the industrial world to avoid a second attack. I am afraid we have exhausted our options for remote analysis. More information can only be obtained by closing the distance or even sending an away party to the planet's surface.
I mean, if you'd have done that in the first place, like I goddamn said, we wouldn't be in this situation. I would put a bullet through her head. His head. Their head. I'm not actually sure. I would put a bullet through their head.
The Vox clicks as Heinrichs joins the channel. The time has come to remind you about our agreement, Aletheia. I must be present in your entourage during your expedition to Kiava Gamma. I am counting on your cooperation.
Blech.
The crew is awaiting further instructions, Lord Captain.
Well. A hell of a way to end a fucking session. Jesus Christ, what a cliffhanger. Okay, so, crew didn't listen. 2,000 people died. Didn't shoot the Vox officer in the face, because I don't know why. What? He literally said, no, close down that system. It's going to be a malicious scrap code. And you went, okay, and didn't, and now my ship's broken. I hate them. I hate them. I'm going to have to hurt them. I'm going to have to find them, and I'm going to have to hurt them. Punishments must be had for damaging my amazing ship. I spent so long getting rid. Right, that is going to be it for me today. We will be back tomorrow with some Monster Hunter Frontiers on the day shift, and of course some more Rogue Trader to finally get to Kiava Gamma and deal with the crux of this heresy, I suppose, and hopefully maybe even find the git who caused it all. My blood relative, and we'll have to deal with them. So yes, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time, 1 a.m. the following day, obviously, or 5 hours, 7 hours later, for those who are coming back just for this one, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for keeping me company tonight. I'm afraid, as always, there is only one idiot streaming at this time. So I'm going to send you all over to see Wasted Space, who is doing Defense Grid 2, of all things. That's kind of taken me by surprise. Cool. All right. Let's go do that. Thanks for joining me, folks. It's been a pleasure. I shall hopefully catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.